My name is Elisa Ben-Porad, and I'm a professor of history at Queens College and the CUNY Graduate Center. I cannot think of myself as a Jewish historian without thinking of the Center for Jewish History. The first connection was many, many years ago, it seems like centuries ago, when I was a doctoral fellow. I think it was in 2004. 2003. I then, became more and more connected and more involved with the collections at the Center for Jewish History. I was an academic advisor for the doctoral fellows. I was an the NEH senior scholar at the Center for Jewish History, which was maybe the best year of my life in terms of my scholarly journey through the archives. And I was also, and I am also currently, a co-convener of one of the scholars working group, one of the most exciting also academic experiences, which is studying women and gender in Jewish history. One of the most incredible moments in working with the center's collections was actually when I was an NEH fellow. And I would say that the documents that I found specifically at YIVO in the Elias Cherikover collection led me to write the book that I wrote. And it was the voice of a Jewish woman who was a refugee from the pogroms of the Russian Civil War. She captured so much my attention that she convinced me in a way to write the book that I wrote. I wasn't looking for her. I just found her, and then in a way she convinced me. Her name is Rochel Feigenberg. She survived the violence of the pogroms of the Civil War and eventually, fled the territories of the former Russian Empire for Poland and then Palestine. What she wrote was an account of the destruction, the complete annihilation of a number of shtetl, a number of small Jewish settlements in the area of Podolia and Volhynia in Ukraine. And these accounts were written based on her interviews with survivors, so with other refugees. She interviewed them in the city of Odessa. And she wrote these accounts for Cherikover, for the Jewish historian Elias Cherikover, who was collecting these witness accounts and data about these pogroms. And the book that I wrote is Legacy of Blood, Jews, Pogroms, and Ritual Murder in the Lands of the Soviets, which was published last year with Oxford University Press, and which deals extensively with this degree of destruction in Jewish history, with the pogroms of the Civil War, and the impact that these pogroms had on Jewish history, modern Jewish history in the Eastern European, in the countries of Eastern Europe. My next project is a biography of Esther Frumkin, and I'm very much looking forward to getting back to the Center for Jewish History and using the collections, primarily the collections from the YIVO archive and the CJH library in general. Esther Frumkin was an incredible woman. She was a radical. She was an essayist. She was a true believer. And it's very interesting to write the story of her life and her experience, first of all, because her life and her experiences serve as a way to better understand the experience of radical Jewish women in the late period of Tsarist Russia, so the late imperial Russia, but also to understand how the experience of radical Jewish women changed under the Soviets in the early Soviet period. And she deserves a good biography, and I really hope to honor her life and her role in Jewish history by writing this biography.